Well. Happy Monday to everybody out there. How is everybody doing? And welcome to a special episode today, talking about the Game Awards nominees that was just released today. Kind of got spoiled, the Game of the Year category, a little bit earlier prior to the full release, but now we know what the industry has voted on and what they think are the best games of this calendar year of 2025. And joining me tonight are two of my friends. First off, let's start with our fellow Midwest boy here, Mr. Tyler, creator of the Game Shelf. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good, Carl. Thanks for having me.
All right, good to have you. Also, we got our other buddy here, Mr. Nerdy Neo. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. Just had a great Metroidvania Monday. Just beat the story of Prince Persia: Lost Crown. Now I'm just working on wrapping up the collectibles and stuff before I start on the DLC. So, if you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. I know it's not. It came out last year, so it wouldn't qualify for this year's Game of the Year awards. But it is a fantastic game, and if you like Metroidvanias, I think you would greatly enjoy it.
Right on, right on. Well, we all have different games that we play throughout the year. Obviously, when I do my end of the year wrap up, I always kind of go with a backlog game of the year as well. So maybe that could be one for a later date out there too. But before we begin, we got some people joining us in the chat here. We got Mr. IJP Mexican saying, "What's up? Hey, buddy? Watched your video of Pokemon ZA. I got some words for you later, sir, about that, but I enjoyed it. It was a good video overall." We got Mr. October Mike saying, "I kind of want to see your reactions to the lineups." Yes, you're going to hear a really good one. And we got Miss Demi Bachi. Hey, how you doing there, Sammy? I hope you're having a great night. Good to see you. And thank you for stopping by. Yeah.
I always said Baki. Bocce. Right. Like bocce ball. All right. Or actually, yeah.
All right. But we got the current game lineup over here. This is coming from the IGN website. We'll get down to it then and just kind of talk about the first big apple to drop here, and that is the Game of the Year nominees. This year, I said it's going to be pretty chalky, and for people who don't know what that term is, it's a horse racing term. It's a gambling term for like kind of like the best runners, the go-to picks kind of deal like that. And at the end of the day, what I've been seeing a lot online is basically everyone was getting about like 5 out of the 6 correct most of the time. Myself included was on that list for a bunch of them. Neo, you would know this a little bit. When we do our top 5 shows, I always tell you all the time, it's 1 through 4 seem to be the easiest, but number 5 is always the hardest. And it feels like for this one, number 6 was always the hardest with a lot of people's list as well. And I will say this, for me over here, I was not shocked by most of them. Obviously, it starts off with Cleric Sierra Expedition 33, no shocker there. Death Stranding 2 on the beach, that was also kind of not shocking for many different reasons, but it also was reviewing pretty well too, and it's really cool. Donkey Kong Bonanza, another really good game. I think it was also a very chalky pick as well. Hades 2, which I think some people were kind of shocked this was here, even though I believe it's still the highest or one of the highest rated games that came out this year in its 1.0 release. Hollow Knight Silksong, that should shock really nobody considering how much everyone was hyping and hoping for this game to finally get a full release.
It was like the Half-Life 3 of Metroidvanias.
Basically. It was the running meme of like, no Silksong will be announced at this event and stuff like this.
Yep.
And then the last one on here too, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, the sequel to a very highly rated, very fan favorite game of Kingdom Come Deliverance. So, gentlemen, I'm going to start with you, Neo, to get you out of the way here. Neo, what video games on this list have you played?
I have not played any of those games, but because I typically don't play a lot of stuff like as it comes out because I'm very patient and frugal. So I usually don't play things until like a year or two later when I can get it with all the DLC for like 50% off. But this year, I actually have played a decent number of games that came out this year. Because last year, I think I played like 2 games that came out in 2024. And this year I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I still have another one on the list to get done here in the next month. So
nice.
I have actually I played more games that came out in the year they came out this year than probably like in the last decade, possibly combined. So, but yeah, none of these picks are surprising in the least. Out of all of these ones, one that I would want to play the most is probably Donkey Kong Bonanza. But I don't have a Switch 2, so I can't play it. But my suspicion on what's going to win Game of the Year, I would think Clair Obscure is what's going to end up winning it in the long run.
Yeah, consensus feels like that's the odds-on favorite right now. If you had to put some money down, but that doesn't shock me. But I have a theory for that I'll go over with my when it comes back to around to me. How about you, Tyler? How about you? How many games of this on this list have you played?
Yeah, so I'm the opposite of Neo. I have no patience, and so I get FOMO when these games come out. But I have played every game except for Kingdom Come Deliverance on this list. And I love to hear that, Neo, you said Donkey Kong Bonanza would be the one you'd want to play off this list. That just such a fun game. But as you guys are going to learn, I am one of the Expedition 33 sickos out there. I love this game, and I think it deserves Game of the Year. And I do think that's where it'll fall.
I've been hearing from a lot of people that it's like in their top games of all time, not just this year.
Yeah, I would say it's probably in my top 10 of all time. I want to let some of that recency bias settle down before I make a definitive thing. But currently, I would say it's at least in my top 10.
Yeah, it definitely kind of came out of nowhere for some people. For me, I remember seeing it at the Xbox showcase about a year ago. It was like one of the titles they threw out there. And I was just like, ooh, what is this game? It's got this really fresh, like turn-based combat style. It gave you a little bit of like what you wanted in a turn-based RPG from everything I saw, with like the dodge, the parry mechanics and stuff like that. Really cool and interesting story. It is a very strong contender for sure. Like, it does kind of fit what I like to call the meme test, as I like to put it out there. And what I mean by that is whenever I see games get like the Game of the Year nod or win the Game of the Year, more often than not, it's usually the game that gets like the most memes, the most social media, the most kind of like secondary buzz. It doesn't necessarily always have to hit with the normies, but it just has to hit just well enough with like that social media crowd. And I feel like going off of that gauge, Expedition 33's kind of hit that mark better than every other game on this list. Besides for really Silk Song is like the only other game I would say like is close to competing with it. Mm-hmm. But even then, it's just like all these games have been talked about in some way, shape, or form with like a lot of people. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I felt like got a lot of like hype when it came out, not only being like one of the only games that you can play on Switch 2 that's just exclusive to that system.
It's basically, in my opinion, it's the only reason to have a Switch 2 at this point, because I have zero interest in Mario Kart.
But I think also a lot of people just had like a lot of fun online with all the music. Like there was a lot of memes based off of like the Zebra song, which is very addictive, which is very catchy. I'm not gonna lie.
Me and my family walked around when that game came out for the first 2 weeks, just saying banana.
Oh, I kept saying that too.
Every time I hear banana in my head, it's Carl saying it because he said it a few times on Party Chat.
Ooh, banana. I kept saying it so much, my wife thought I was like losing my mind.
Because I mean, they don't give any other voice lines when you collect those bananas, and there's 1,000 of them. So
exactly.
Oh wow.
It just like gets into you. You develop like temporary Tourette's, and my wife was like, "Why do you keep saying it?" I'm like, "I don't know. Why are you even watching me? Get out of here. It's my time." But Donkey Kong Bonanza was one of the other games I played on this list. I played Expedition 33. I played Hades 2 when it was in early access last year. So I really do adore the Hades series, but I kind of waited for the 1.0 release. So I haven't really played too much of it since, because I've been distracted with other completing this game challenge, and a never-ending dungeon thing is not exactly conducive to trying to beat my times. But I got my Switch 2 copy coming next week because that's when the physical comes out. And I played a little bit of Silk Song as well, but I didn't really play too much of it because I suck at these games and I don't have the patience for those type of games. As people well know, I'm not a big Souls fan, and it's one of those things where it's like you got to devote enough attention to something, and I'm like, man, I'm just here to have a good time right now. So, go on. Who had something to say?
I was going to pitch in. I have Silk Song. Both. It was gifted to me, and I have it through Game Pass, but I haven't played it yet because I'm not in a rush to play it. Despite me being a huge Metroidvania fan, I am not a fan of Hollow Knight, so I'm in no rush to play Silk Song.
Yeah. Plus, it was really cheap. It was only $20, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, I'll give that. It's got a fantastic value proposition. Absolutely. It's just I'm not a big fan of Hollow Knight, so I'm not really rushing in to play Silk Song. I will play it at some point. I just don't know when. Eventually, at some point.
Yeah, Tyler, you were just gonna say something?
Yeah, I was just saying I probably put maybe 15 hours or so in it. I plan on finishing it. I put it away for some other games, but
he shelved it.
I shelved it. And for Nerdy Neo, because I do know your opinions on the original, I think it corrects a lot of those, but it also, without spoiling anything, it does kind of fall back into some of those other problems, like the map issue that you had, I believe is still a problem. But it was a fun one for sure.
I wrote a lengthy review of Hollow Knight on Game Shelf.
Mm-hmm. It's a good read. You should go read it.
Yeah, and then Mike over here saying it's not banana, it's banana.
Oh, he's right.
He's got to correct us. And look who's joining us, Mr.
Up,
Sophomore John. How you doing, buddy? I really enjoyed Hades, but Hades 2 hasn't been as much fun to me. Yeah, I've heard some people say that. I think Fernando actually said the same thing as well. But, sometimes it's always hard to follow up. But overall, it's been receiving very high praise from the people who played it, too. So, like I said, everything is opinionated. This whole show is just opinions about what they give us, obviously. So, this is a no shame zone. Everyone should have an opinion about games, as long as it's fun. Like, just keep it fun. That's all I ask. So, Tyler, you are probably the only person on here that I know for a fact played Death Stranding 2 on the beach. So, why don't you elevator pitch us this game a little bit here? Why is it better or worse or just as good as the first one?
Yeah, so I would say, just to cut right to it, I believe it's better when it comes to gameplay. I think the story, it's just hard to follow up on an original story, especially one as weird as Death Stranding. So the shock value isn't there as much as it was in the first game. So story-wise, I did enjoy the first one a little bit more just because it was so surprising. But yeah, I mean, it is a walking simulator. It's also, you build your roads and all that stuff, and there's some satisfaction there, walking that same path over and over. And then building that road and being able to fly through it. Sounds so silly, but there's something just so satisfying about collecting all that stuff and then just making that easier for the rest of the game. But yeah, I mean, it's just Kojima being Kojima. He's just weird, and he doesn't care that he's weird, and he leans into it so heavily. And I love that about both of these games. But yeah, if you've played Death Stranding 1, this one improves in every single way gameplay wise. It's easier to traverse. It's probably an easier game overall. The gunplay feels so much better. Even just the story beats from one section or one city to the next, I think feels a little bit more grounded than the first one, which makes it a little easier to traverse through that game. But yeah, I mean, it's weird. There's weird whales that jump out of the ground covered in weird goo, and Troy Baker playing the guitar as an evil villain, and that's his big weapon. I mean, but overall, yeah, if you can just let go and get into the weirdness, it's a great time.
Is Troy Baker actually a character, like his face and everything, or is he just voicing a character?
Oh no, it's his face. I mean, he's mocapped, and you can tell it's Troy Baker. And we'll get to it a little bit later. I think that's the best performance in my mind for the whole year. He's not even nominated for that character. But But yeah, Higgs was that character, and he stole the show. And there's obviously a bunch of famous people in that game, just because that's what Kojima loves to do.
Yeah, wasn't that one of the girls? She's the android in Predator's Badlands, correct?
Yes.
Elle Fanning.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's who it is. To be honest, her character was. I mean, she didn't have a lot of voice lines. She was pretty quiet. It was cool to see her because you recognize her if you've seen her in other things. But
I'm bad at actor faces.
oh, okay, yeah, but yeah,
I bring my
Troy
wife in, so
overshadows
she
her anyway.
answers that question.
Oh, nice.
That's why she's here. I'm like, who are these people? You know, because and she's like, oh, it's this person. Like Until Dawn, Remy Malik, and she's like, is that Remy Malik? I'm like, I have fucking no clue.
Yeah, but I mean, there's not really an elevator pitch for the game, to be honest. I mean, if you liked number one, you'll like this one. You'll love this one. If you didn't like number one, I don't think this is for you. And there's no sugarcoating that.
Great, I wasted my money. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you didn't,
I wasted my money again. No, I just ordered it. I found a good deal on eBay used for this game, so I'm like, $30. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
I've spent more money on worse games, and I've heard this one is a vast improvement from the first one, like you were saying, and a few other people. So I'm curious to kind of check this out.
And the music is also top notch.
That was the best thing about the first one. I agree.
Oh yeah, you go over those hills and that music will kick in at just the right time, and
yeah. Now I feel like another thing too is all these games that we're seeing here too. One of the ones that is kind of one that I did not expect, but one that I also am not shocked to see on here, obviously, is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. At the beginning of the year, more so than anything else, I saw a lot of people really loving this game. One of them being a friend of the show, Mr. Fertanga. He was really hyping this game up a lot. And a lot of PC guys, more so than anything else, really were talking about how creative freedoms and choice driven and everything else there was to that in this game. And I'm curious about it. If anyone in the chat has played it, let us know more. But it does seem like it got a lot of good hype behind it. I know it just got a DLC update just recently too, as well. And it did sell 4 million copies, which is nothing to like put your nose up to, especially because I don't think this game has gotten a super deep sale from coming out this year. Are you guys curious about this at all, Tyler? I'm going to go back to you on that one.
Yeah, I haven't played this or the first one, but I do have a close friend of mine who swears that this is his favorite game of all time now. So it's definitely on my radar to try. And he's not even he's multiplayer. I mean, he's all about his Marvel rivals and stuff like that. So I was pretty shocked to hear it. So yeah, it's on my radar. To be honest with you, I know nothing about it, but I do plan on playing it.
Okay. How about you, Neil?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's like, not that I had forgotten about the game. It feels like it was so long. It doesn't even feel like it came out this year. It's like that wouldn't have been not possibly nominated for last year. Nope, it was for this year because it just feels so long ago.
Yeah, March was a hell of a long time ago.
It looks like a good game. It's just like not up my alley. Like I have no interest in wanting to play it, but it does look like a well put together game. And I didn't realize it was built on CryEngine.
Yeah, I know. Like the first game is kind of like one of those like survival sims and everything else like that too. Like you kind of have to get into that kind of frame of mind, but everyone swears by it. Like from storytelling to the overall like final product, a lot of people say it's really cool. I do own it. I just haven't been able to find time to play it. Want to kind of show this off real quick here. Start virtual camera. Yep. Expand here real quick. But yeah, this is the steelbook that you got for it, and it's pretty damn cool.
Nice.
It's a very nice looking steelbook.
Oh, Anthem.
Yeah. Little side note there of a future project I got coming out soon.
I like that.
Yeah, I started that because of Carl, because he's like, hey, he wants 100% this with me before it shuts down. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. We played it once in July, and we haven't played it since.
Yeah, it sounds about right. It's like we were trying to do it, and then it's like, Yeah,
But
but then we gotta play Anthem. That's a problem.
that's Anthem's the main game I've been playing over the last 2 weeks, so I'm getting close.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I've got like 6 achievements left and all of it knocked out.
John says, never played Kingdom Come games, but I'm excited for their success. We need more games that explore different eras. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing too is Warhorse Studios exploring like the Czech region of the world and stuff like that. Henry, I hear, is a really cool character as well. Mostly, like I said, mostly everything on this list was very chalky. I'm gonna kind of go over now back to you, Neo. Is there a game that you think got snubbed from this list?
I don't know about snubbed, but another game that I could have totally seen being on this list, given all the praise I heard about it. I haven't played it yet, but I will be playing it. And it probably just got forgotten about because it came out at the end of last year, so it didn't qualify for last year's Game Awards. That was the Indiana Jones game. I've heard lots of good things about it, so I'm looking forward to playing it.
That's fair. That's fair. I got to restart playing it as well, but I restart to. I need to restart it. There you go. Because I played a little bit last year, but that was the Great Cranberry disaster of my family's time, so I was very distracted during that time. Mr. Tyler, how about you? Is there a snub that you think is on this list that you could have seen swapping out with someone?
I don't know about a snub. I think the list is pretty deserving, but honorable mention, I'll say, was Blueprints. Especially the time it came out. The year was stacked, but it kind of came out in this little window and everyone was playing it. At least everyone in my circle was playing it when it first launched into Game Pass, which obviously helps. But it was just different. You know, it was a cool puzzle game, little roguelite action, I guess. And it was just so different in the way you would traverse those rooms and solve those different puzzles. And
Yeah.
even the end game was pretty cool. Once you beat it, there was a reason to go back and keep playing it. But yeah, I kind of wondered if it would sneak in here, just maybe, but obviously it's not it. You guys know Dune: The Dark Ages came out this year?
Yes, I do.
Yep.
Just crazy. Some of these games
That's one of the ones I'm trying to get knocked out here before the end of the year so that I can. But if it falls into my in my top echelon of games, then I can vote for it. But I can't in good conscience vote for it when I haven't played it yet, even though, you know, it looks amazing. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah, I played it and I liked it a lot. I don't think that got personally snubbed, but for me, I still think my personal, I guess, snub is what I'm using here, even though you guys are like honorable mentions to be more parenting here with fairness. But I feel like for me, I still stand by. I thought Split Fiction by far was one of the best games I played this year, and it still is my personal game of the year so far. After talking to more people in other groups that I'm in, I started to realize a trend. Nobody played Split Fiction. That's what I'm starting to realize slowly, is that nobody played Split Fiction, even though you can play it for free with crossplay. You only need one person to own the game, and everything I kept running into all these groups was like, oh, I never played Split Fiction. Oh, I didn't play Split Fiction. Oh, I can't find someone to play Split Fiction with. And I'm like, what's going on here, man?
The hot dog level?
Oh my god, the hot dog level was the best.
That game was wild.
Oh, that game was me and Neo actually played it. The one level with the giant
pig level.
The pig level was great, but the supernova star level was also amazing.
That one was awesome.
Yeah. I think personally on this list, I would have just swapped out Kingdom Come Deliverance for that one, and then I think I would have had the perfect list. But generally speaking, when I try to analyze these things, I try to take my personal bias out of them. And I want to say, like, every game that like we see on this list here, like, kind of just makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with any of them. All of them have their merits. All of them have their audiences. Generally speaking, even the sequels seem to be much more improved than the originals in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, I think that this is a genuinely great game. list out here too, and we got October Mike coming in with a swap out. He would do. I would have swapped DK with Doom: The Dark Ages.
Oh, I was like DTDA. What the heck is that? Doing the Dark Ages. Yeah. My list of 6 nominees would obviously be very different than this. But yeah, Doom would probably be in there in mine.
Yeah, generally speaking, like this year has been like amazing for games. There's been a lot of really good games that came out, very experimental games that have come out. I think the best thing to say about this year is that there's been a lot of great games and there's been a lot of good games, and depending on who you are, they kind of flip-flop of like which one's great and which one's good to some people. There was no shortage of, just fun to be had this year. And I want to say, generally speaking, this year I don't think that there's too much question of like who's going to win. Like it comes down to like if you had to come up with 6, this is pretty close to what I think 95% of people would say is like all of their games on this list, or at least 2 or 3, maybe even 4. And what I was seeing online on Twitter and other platforms and other Discords was basically everyone was off by at least one game. Like most people kind of got relatively, the same ones on there: Claire Obscura, Donkey Kong, Silk Song, Death Stranding, Hades, Split Fiction, Kingdom Come. Like generally speaking, everyone was talking about all these games in some way, shape, or form. And as we go down the list too, a lot of even the ones that kind of got snubbed got their just desserts later on as well. So,
yeah.
Tyler, you got any closing thoughts on this before we move on?
Borderlands 4. I love it. I know the world doesn't, but I do.
Neo, how about you?
Yeah, just that my list would be very different. There's some games on here that not on here, but like I would put on my list, even though I haven't played a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as you were saying, like taking your own kind of bias out of it. Yeah, it's a good list. It's just most of these games don't appeal to me.
Okay. Sophomore John has something to tag on here. It was a great year for games in general. For me, there wasn't many games that won me over. Expedition 33 was the only game this year that really held my attention. So we got another one into the Expedition 33 category as well from John. All right, so this one is best game direction. So game direction, the actual meaning for it, the terminology. For some people who don't know, because it kind of feels like they start to all kind of blend together with like game direction, narrative, art direction. It feels like they're all kind of like the same term. So game direction is the overreaching vision for a game that guides its development, ensuring all elements like gameplay, narrative, and art style are cohesive and create a specific player experience. So what that means is basically, long and short, what is the game that you think had like the best overall like everything kind of feel to it? And this one was kind of interesting because we're going to see a lot of these names repeat over and over and over again, but we're just going to go through it. So best game direction: Claire Obscura, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. So now we see a couple games kind of make their first appearance on this list with Yote and Split Fiction. And generally speaking, do you guys have any opinions about this one, like overall for the ones that you've seen or heard about? Tyler, let's go to you.
Yeah, like I said, I am Expedition Sicko, and I do think that it would be the winner here. But I do think Split Fiction, when you read that definition, just the cohesiveness of it, the vision, and then actually executing on that vision, based on the definition, I think Split Fiction did just that. But I do think Expedition 33 wraps everything together in a really, really nice bow, and they nailed it.
Yeah, I think all these games have done that too. This is a very interesting list of games here, but like I still stand by Split Fiction for that one. I think just overall, but like I said, I haven't played the other 2 games on this list in Ghost of Yote and Death Stranding on the beach. I played a little bit of Ghost of Yote. I just started it last night. Um, it's still too early for me to tell if this one necessarily has like the best direction. I trust Sucker Punch will, but I also feel like Sucker Punch is going to fall short of a story for me on this one. And I have no opinions about Death Stranding, but every other game on this list, like Hades, is kind of like it is what it is with that one. Like the story is not really like super amazing. It's all more about the gameplay with this one. And that's what it feels like with a couple of games on this list. Like Ghost of Yote feels like it's more about the gameplay than it's about the game direction. And you're the guy that we're going to for Death Stranding talk, so it's a good thing that you're here. Do you have anything more you'd like to add about Death Stranding compared to Expedition?
Yeah, I think compared to Expedition, there's just a little bit more wiggle room there. Death Stranding takes some liberties and some of the weird direction it goes, and the gameplay and the story don't always meld perfectly together. Now that said, I do think that the story and the gameplay are, like I said, are very improved, and the direction that they take is really interesting and cool. But when you try to pack it all in and say what nailed it in every different category here, I still think E33 kind of eats the lunch of Death Stranding, to be honest.
There you go. Neo, how about yourself?
For best game direction, I almost feel like this is just a personal thing, but I almost feel like sequels should almost not even be eligible because it's not anything new. It's just like more of the same. Like Death Stranding 2 is just more of Death Stranding 1. Ghost of Yote is just more of Ghost of Tsushima. Like, not that that's a bad thing. It's just, it's not really anything like new or exciting or different. Hades 2 is like just more of Hades 1. So really, best game direction would be between, in my opinion, between Claire Skirba and Split Fiction. Split Fiction is the only one that I've actually played, and I thought it was phenomenal. So that would easily be my vote. But if Expedition 33 got the win for that one as well, I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't say, be like, shoot, Split Fiction deserved it more. They're, from what I've seen and heard about the game, it absolutely would deserve it as well. But given that Split Fiction is the only one I have played and I thought it was phenomenal, that would be what my vote would be for.
Yeah, I think they did a lot with a game that you didn't expect to be as deep as it was at the end of the day, to be honest with you. Joseph Ferris is a pretty good writer. I'll give him that. But overall, a lot of great storylines out there. Definitely, or gameplay and everything else. Like, this is basically like the what does everything great award, which is kind of funny that Split Fiction is not on the Game of the Year award. That one, that's kind of weird. But generally speaking, I think most of these games on this list I kind of agree with here. Bar, I would say Hades 2 and Ghost of Yote. From my personal opinion, I don't think they fit like the best game direction for like everything. I feel like some of them do stuff better. But right now, yeah, I think Claire Obscura and Split Fiction would be like the two that I feel like does everything kind of great. So I'll go on now to best narrative, and narrative is basically a fancy way of saying the story. So we got Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F makes its first appearance on here too as well. So that's interesting that we got Silent Hill coming in with a good storyline. Did anyone play Silent Hill F here? I know you didn't, Neo. So Tyler, have you played Silent Hill F?
No, I haven't. I'm not big into scary games, so I'm a little scared to get.
Boo. I actually had my order get canceled from Europe, and now I have it coming from Japan, or to be more precise, I think Hong Kong, because I got it from Play Asia for sale. But generally speaking, I have not played that one either. I know our friend Zero hasn't been super hot on it, but our other buddy, Mr. JM, said he enjoyed it a lot. But I didn't get too much more from him. I heard the story is kind of hit or miss with some people here too. Yeah, I would say Neo. How about you from a story wise? Which one do you think like out of all 5 of these games, at 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, it's 5. I had to double check. Which one of these stories was elevator pitched to you? Which one interests you the most?
So I don't really know. Like, I just know like a high level, like the gist of some of these stories, since I haven't played any of them. But I do know, some of the basics on each one of them. If I was to like, because I don't really none of these like jump. If I was to play one of these ones for gameplay, I'd probably pick Ghost of Yote. Even though I haven't finished playing through Ghost of Tsushima yet, but out of these options, that'd be the one I would want to play for gameplay wise. But for story wise, the one that has me the most intrigued is Claire Obscura. So I'm still on the edge. I may end up playing it eventually, but if you were to take these 5 games and be like, hey, I know they don't really jump out at you as something you typically really want to play, but if you were to like watch someone play through it and kind of watch the story of the game, which one would be most interested in watching the story? It's definitely Claire Obscura would be the one I'd want to watch the most.
Tyler, back to you, sir.
Claire Obscura. It's easy. It's easy one. And I've only played, to be fair, I've only played the top 2 here. But just the constant, you think you know what's going to happen, it flips it on its head. But it flips it on its head, and some people hate that. Some people love it. I personally love it when a story completely surprises you, and what you think is going to happen is just not what happens. And maybe people listening might think, nah, I knew it was going to happen, and more power to you. But it was, I love the surprises of it. The characters, I got connected to all of them. The ones that, did die, it sucked when it happened, but that's the best part. I mean, you get connected to these characters, and by the end of it, it was one of those things where I just wanted to keep digging in. Like, I looked it up. Is there a book I can read? Is there more in this world? Because I just wanted to live in it. So Claire Obscure definitely took that one for me.
Yeah, I want to say probably story-wise, I think all these games, generally speaking, have some mass appeal to a lot of people. Obviously, Claire Obscura has really touched a lot of people. One of the best ways I could elevator pitch story a little bit to you, it gave me a lot of, ironically enough, Attack on Titan vibes, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for some reason, I just felt like they're just exploring this unknown death trap, and there's just dead bodies everywhere and all that stuff. And when I was like watching when I was playing the game, I was just like, I feel like these guys really liked Attack on Titan a little bit. It's just it just gave me a little bit of that vibe of just that going out into this giant wasteland of death and destruction, and then uncovering like a shocking twist, kind of like an Attack on Titan. If you know, like that's what I thought was pretty cool. Death Stranding always looks interesting and weird. Kind of need to go back and try to give that one a second time. Yote, like I said before, gave me more of a kind of Western vibe to it, not like a Kurosawa kind of vibe. So for me, if you didn't like a Japanese Western, which Tsushima felt more like it, with a lot of the change ups to it, and you like Westerns more, Ghost of Yote gave me a stronger vibe of like, say, a good and bad and the ugly, or Rooster Cochrane kind of vibe. Overall speaking, Kingdom Come just looks like really good fun with a lot of freedom and choice-based stuff to go with it. And Silent Hill F, I guess a lot of people were telling me that it's got a lot of commentary about Japan post World War II, which I think is interesting, and I kind of want to check that out a little bit more. But I have been also trying to avoid a lot of spoilers for games I haven't played. So for me, I don't really know what a best narrative would be on here yet, but I'll just probably default and say Claire Obscura just because I actually played that one too. Tyler, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, Carl, for you to get through the rest of that game. I'd love to talk to you about it. Yeah, when you beat it, it gives you a reason to go back and play it a second time. Once you know the ending, you're like, oh, I want to go through it again just to see how I'd feel at these different points, because it changes your perspective on it. So yeah, it's just cool. Just cool.
I love movies that do that. It's like they recontextualize the entire rest of the movie. Say, oh, I got to watch it again immediately now that with this information in mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Send me the OP God build, and then I'll do it.
Gotcha.
But overall, pretty good list of games here. All right, now best art direction over here. Obviously, this is the best graphical. Let me just look up an actual meaning here. Art direction, just so I know like the overall process, proper way to look at it. Art direction is the process of overseeing all visual elements and artistic style of a project to communicate a specific idea. So there you go. That's the correct definition for what art direction is. So our list here, once again: Expedition 33, Death on the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Silk Song. Now, this one doesn't really need to get too much into the weeds. This is just basically, what do you think about how pretty this game looks and everything else like that? Neo, we'll start with you.
Yeah, for art direction, yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to have like the best graphics, but which one like is the most visually appealing? For me, it would be between Hades and Expedition 33. But the one that appeals to me the most, that I think looks the best from what I've seen, and when I say looks the best, not necessarily like with the highest resolution graphics, just like the best way to put it is like the most visually appealing. Also, Expedition 33. What I've seen, the still shots from that game, I'm like, this looks like a really pretty game. And like one thing that really stuck out to me when it was like first being announced was, I don't really understand how this works in the game, but they're like running around like on the floor of the ocean, it seems like.
Oh yeah, that level is great.
I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but this looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tyler, how about you before we get into what I have to say?
Yeah. I actually am in agreement with Nernito exactly. My thought was Hades 2 and Expedition 33 are definitely the two that stick out to me. I mean, there's nothing new really with Hades 2 from Hades 1, but just that general art direction, those poppy colors, even when it's in combat, the cues that they give you visually are really striking and make it easy to play. So I'll give that one the honorable mention. But I do think Expedition 33 does come on top here. Just it's a little bit more unique, I guess. Maybe because I've seen Hades 1 before. If this was Hades 1, maybe it would sway me. It'd be a little different. But yeah, I mean, like Nernito said, I mean, even just like after the game, you're seeing all the fan art and stuff like that. It just looks really cool every time.
I guess we'll kind of continue that trend of like, yeah, I still stand by Hades 2 and Expedition 33. We'll go for the hat trick there. I will say my honorable mention will probably still go to Expedition 33 because you are right about it. Like the messed up Eiffel Tower, walking through all these like unique and interesting levels where it's just like dead bodies just everywhere of all these other failed expeditions that went before them. The little jungle people that are kind of just scattered out throughout the land. The enemy designs, they feel like Tim Burton sculptures come to life, like a little bit like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You know what's did you guys ever see the original Beetlejuice movie?
Yep.
No.
So like Tyler, you'll understand. It's like, remember at the end when like all her weird like sculptures come to life and they start grabbing people and stuff like that? Like that's what a lot of these bosses feel like to me. They give me a lot of really good, interesting, menacing, weird design, especially the mimes. The mime fights are always weird to see them there. I'm like, this is very French. You got to fight killer mimes, But even the paintress herself and the big calendar clock and everything, like, it's very gothic feeling to it, very House of Usher feelings to it as well. I relatively do enjoy it, but I just enjoy the art style of Hades 2 way more. I love what's her name? What's the main character's name off the top of my head? I forget her name.
It starts with the P.
I would say Zagreus, but that's the first one.
Yeah, I gotta
Fake
look
fans over here.
I don't know. I haven't played either of them.
Melion or Milo. I can't say her name. It's got one of those like weird double
Yeah, it's
colon
got
above the E.
the dots.
Melion or Meli. We'll just call her Mel.
I like it.
I like her artwork and art direction way more. You know, I
Yeah.
feel like she is a very, you know, eye-popping character, especially because like one of her arms is translucent. You could see her skeleton and stuff like that too. I do like the designs of a lot of the characters that they have in these games. I know that was like a controversial thing because it didn't fit some people's visions of like what these gods should look like, but I thought they did a really good job making them interesting and unique, especially because some of them are obscure Greek gods and goddesses. And you know, overall, like I still enjoy Expedition 33 as well. I did like their you know, kind of like I said, their uniforms and everything gave me a little bit more of an Attack on Titan feel with how distinguished and unique they were and stuff like that too. But overall, like I can't really argue that I just like the Hades 2 art style a lot more. Super Giant really does a great job with their art direction from even their older games like Pyre, Transistor, and even, you know, Bastion. I something about that art style just speaks to me a lot more, but it doesn't necessarily mean Expedition 33 is bad. But we also didn't talk about the other games on this list here too. Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, they really show off that Sony first party engine prowess there. Obviously, Death Stranding is using the Decima engine, and Yotei, I think, is using the in-house engine for Sucker Punch. And you can't really go wrong with those ones too. They're eye-popping, they're gorgeous, they're very realistic, and they got good ray tracing, and they really look amazing in 4K with their HDR implemented on them too. It takes nothing away from those. Like they're all very gorgeous games.
Yeah, and I love how the Ghost series just tries to do away with a lot of the UI elements, and that just looks really cool when they do that too.
Yeah, especially with the guiding winds feature. I love that so much. You just stroke your little touchpad, and it just like blows you into the right direction of where you need to go. I like the setting a lot as well because it takes place in Hokkaido, and that's like one of the big, you know, forgotten about islands that I think people don't really think about for Japan. It's very wintry, very cold. They also have their own native people there called the Ainu, which has a very fun history to it that they kind of already address at the beginning of the game. But overall, it's just like I said, you can't go wrong with those games. They're very visually pleasing and appealing. And, you know, not to leave them out there, it's just they're just great looking games. You know, like they deliver what you expect from a AAA budget, you know?
Yeah, kind of like what I was saying earlier, where, you know, looking for something that, you know, more so new over just more of the same. It's like, yeah, Ghost of Yotei is, you know, like is basically just more of Ghost of Tsushima, but that was already a great looking game. So
Yeah.
it being more of the same is not a bad thing at all. It's just I would be more inclined to vote for something that is kind of more new and exciting. So if this was Ghost of Tsushima came out this year, not the sequel, then that would probably be my vote.
Tyler, like to add more to it?
No.
All right. How about Silk Song? Anyone got opinions on Silk Song?
I feel like we saw it so much that there was just no surprise there.
Just basically like what I was just saying. It's like just more of the same you would expect from the first Hollow Knight, which, you know, came out, what, a decade ago? So it's just more of the same. So it's not like anything exciting. It's not like anyone's gonna be like, oh, this game is gonna look so amazing. It's like it doesn't need to, because that's not what it's going for. So I'm kind of surprised to see it on the list for best art direction.
Yeah, it was less gray, I'll give it that, than the first.
Oh, that's
Hollow
good.
Knight.
That's one of my gripes with with the first one is just like how dark everything is. It's like I supposedly it's part of the lore, but that's another thing that is a gripe with that game is like the game doesn't like give you any story. It's like you have to go out, outside of the game or like dig into the lore yourself in order to know what happened in the world. Just like Dark Souls, like there's barely any cutscenes. There's no like story. There's lore, but there's no story to the game. So you have to like go and find it yourself, which I'm not a big fan of. So supposedly the first Hollow Knight, like there's a reason why everything is dark and gray and dreary, but they don't tell you it when you're playing the game. So if it's a little bit brighter, then that's definitely a positive in my book.
Yeah, it's kind of like they had to go buy a Taco Bell burrito to get the Halo 5 story or something like that.
Or go to Fortnite to get the story that connects episodes 8 and 9.
Yeah. Then we got October Mike coming saying Killer Mimes, excuse me, French Batman confirmed. Pretty funny. All right. That is the best art direction. I think that kind of goes on pretty well over here. All right. So best score and music, a.k.a. audio. So audio files unite. So we got Christopher Larkin for Hollow Knight. Darren Korb for Hades 2. Lorraine Testard. I think that's what it says. Testard.
My guess is Lorian
Testard.
Right.
Lorian Testard for Expedition 33. Toma Ottawa for Ghost of Yote. And Wood King and Ludwig Forcella for Death Stranding 2 on the Beach.
Forcell.
Right. So those are the nominees for best music score, sound, audio design, whatever you want to say. Neo, have you heard anything from these video games that soundtrack wise?
I have not heard anything from any of these games, so I cannot say, but I've heard that the soundtrack for Expedition 33 is great. So
I'm going to send
anecdotal,
you some tracks
because I've never listened to any of it, but I've heard from a lot of people that say that soundtrack is great. So just going off what I've heard, but I would not vote on this category since I have not played any of them, and I don't know anything about any of the music. Some of the other categories I can still vote on because I know enough about it. This one I don't know anything, so I couldn't say.
All right, Tyler, how about you?
Yeah. So for overall, definitely Expedition 33. And if you guys haven't seen the, I don't know if it's, I think it's just on the Expedition 33 YouTube channel, but they have like a behind the music where they kind of talk about how this composer came to be. Like found him on like a SoundCloud type platform. And I mean, it's just such a cool story.
And got him off SoundCloud. It's like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. And he's just fantastic guitar player. And obviously he nailed it in the soundtrack. But track wise, Death Stranding 2, oh man, what is it called? Wood Kid To the Wilder is, me and my oldest son have that on our Apple Music, and for 2 months, every day if we get in the car, he would try to hurry up and set it before we started moving, before I could get my music going, because he just wanted to listen to it. And he's 12, so there's something there that hooked even a 12-year-old, but at the same time, I wasn't upset with it. Like, just so I've tracks, that has to be the best from Death Stranding 2. But overall, Expedition 33, I think, takes the cake.
Has he also played the game, or does he only know the music?
Nope. He's watched me play it. But yeah, he threw that. He also really enjoys the Expedition 33 soundtrack as well. But Death Stranding 2 is, the Wood Kid specifically is his go-to.
Okay.
I know that I think this guy in particular, but I don't know 100% for sure, but I remember watching one of the directs for Ghost of Yote. And I think this is the guy who did the soundtrack for Samurai Champloo as well. That's a really popular anime. But generally speaking, I would probably gut a lot of this category because I don't think, because I listen to video game music a lot, I don't think necessarily Hades 2, Yote, and Silksong should really be on here for like best score. And this is where I think they kind of got a little lazy and they were just kind of like just throwing in whatever. To be honest with you, I would have put South of Midnight soundtrack on here as well, because that is a very underrated OST, if you ask me personally. I listen to that one a lot, generally speaking, but
The music in that game really gave you a good feel for the South, right?
it was really good. And like, it's not like, we'll a little look ahead for audio design, which is like the sound effects and everything else too. It's also got snubbed on here personally myself, I think, but I'll save that for later. But yeah, the composer that they got, I forget the guy's name, but he's a really good one. He also did the score for Plague's Tale as well.
Plague Tale.
Yeah.
Okay.
HLS.
But yeah, generally speaking, I think Expedition 33 and Death Stranding have like a really good soundtrack. That's the one thing I will always say about Death Stranding, is that their audio design is always really good and their music selection is always really good. But I got really nothing else more to say about this category other than I think go listen to South of Midnight's OST. It's
Is it
really good.
Olivier Deriviere?
Yeah, he's very French sounding.
Very
Name.
French.
Yes. But yeah, and I think Expedition 33 had a really good soundtrack, but as it stands right now, I don't think Yote should be on here at all, personally speaking, or Silk Song. Hades 2 I could see a little bit, but it felt more like a continuation of Hades 1, so
Yeah.
I feel like you could just replace that with something better. I feel like there was just better studios that had more awesome soundtracks than the 3 nominees on here. This is where I think they got the most lazy, to be honest. So let's move on now for audio design. And now audio design basically is everything else that is not the whole music thing. So the booms, the slashes of the swords, the background, sounds like that. So we got obviously Battlefield 6, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, and Silent Hill F. Now, this one gets a little bit more interesting. So for audio design, Neo, how about you? You got anything you'd like to add for audio design on these games?
I would hope for the sake of the game that Silent Hill would be the best out of them, because that's the type of game that it really needs to be good. But I've also heard that Battlefield 6 audio design is really good, but all anecdotal since I haven't played any of these ones. I can't say myself, but I sure hope, for the sake of Silent Hill, it has a good audio design, because a game like that really needs it to stand out.
Yeah. How about you there, Tyler?
Yeah, I've only played the 2, but Death Stranding 2 is what I think I'd give this one to. The timing for when the music swells, they're really good about that. And like you said, even just the sound effects of all the weapons and the vehicles in that game. That game is very atmosphere driven. So the audio design is a huge part of it. And I think that's what would take it for me.
Yeah. I feel like I would cut necessarily Ghost of Yote and Silent Hill F from this list and put in Split Fiction and South of Midnight, because I feel like the audio design, especially in Split Fiction, was so amazing. Like, when we were playing it, Neo, it's just, I think I mentioned that so many times, with just how well timed that they have, like all the explosions and all the sounds of like grilling, the putting on the mustard on your little hot dog guy, the jetpacks, the machine gun fire, and everything else like that. I feel like that it not being on best audio design, especially for some of those levels, is kind of a little bit like, once again, where I think these people got just a tiny bit lazy, because they just feel like they keep just like, oh, Yote, Death Stranding, Yote, Death Stranding. And I was like, it does feel like they kind of forgot how good a lot of the sound design and some of them were. And I can't speak for Silent Hill F either, but like I said, I really do think that the one thing South of Midnight got incredibly done right was their audio design, from their OST to like every background noise out there. If you ever lived in America and went to the South at least once in your life, the way that they captured the sounds of the South and everything else like that was so perfect. even though like I feel like the game itself was like a C grade, the audio experience in that game was an A+ to me. But that's really all I have to say for audio design on that one. I feel like you could go with whatever in this category. It's up to you, because I feel like from my limited experience with all these games, I feel like they all do a great job, and it just does feel like they got a little lazy on this one. Tyler, you got anything more you'd like to add before we move on?
No, I mean, well, I'll say one more thing about Death Stranding. This is going to sound really spoiled. But I have like a dedicated sound. I have a room, my game room, and I got the whole speaker set up in that room. And very rarely do I actually use it. We set it up, and then I never get a chance to go into it because it's disconnected from the family. But for Death Stranding 2, that was the game where I was like, I don't care. You guys got to stay out there. You can come in if you want, but you got to be quiet. And I had to sit and I had to play that game in full surround, even though the TV in there is worse. It was just, that is the key to that game, is the sound. So.
All right.
To go off of what you said, yeah. And another thing that's kind of odd is like, why are some of these categories have 6 and some have 5? But yeah, I think Split Fiction could definitely be on the list for audio design, because yeah, everything you're saying, like the sound design in that game was phenomenal. Like the one that stands out to me the most is the level you mentioned with the Nova, the star Novaing in the background. The sound on that level was freaking amazing.
Oh yeah, it was blowing out my eardrums. It was so boom, boom, and it worked so well with like the rhythm and that. But even like the bomb throwing level where we had to throw it back and forth, and it got into like a little version of the Running Man. Like I said, it's just really good.
Yes, yeah, that was a good one too.
But yeah, go play Split Fiction, everyone. You should. It's a great game. All right, best performance. This one is a category I don't want to like discredit, but it feels like any one of these people I feel like could win it. So let's go through the list. Expedition 33 has 3 nominees for this list, which is insane to me, to be honest with you. But we got Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, and Jennifer English all representing Expedition 33. So over 1/2, of the nominees for this category come from one fucking game, which is wild. Then we got the Erika Ishii for Ghost of Yote. She is the main character of Atsu. Kanatsu Kato for Silent Hill F, which is the main character for that game as well. And Troy Baker for Indiana Jones, aka Indy himself. Now, Neo, do you have any opinions you'd like to add about any of these?
Given that the only one of these I've actually heard speak is Troy Baker as Indiana Jones, that would be what I would put my vote for, since I have actually heard him speak in like the trailers and stuff. But all the other ones I haven't even like heard the characters speak, so I don't really know what they sound like. But from what little bit I've heard of Troy Baker as Indy, I think he did a good job.
How about you, Tyler?
Yeah, as I alluded to in the beginning, I think Troy Baker's Higgs should have been in here. That's the snub of this category in my mind. But he did nail Indy. I mean, he played. He was Harrison Ford. I mean, it was spot on. It was very good. But from this list, I have to give it to Ben Starr in Expedition 33. His character just the whole time, from a performance standpoint, was flawless. I can't think of any moment in that game where I could see through that character, or I was disappointed in any of the way he delivered anything, or even on the acting side. I'm assuming that was all mocapped, just by looking at it. I should probably look that up. But yeah, performance wise, I think I'd go to Ben Starr overall.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these people have been really good at all their roles. I'm trying to like remember who Jennifer Malay. Which one was she? Was she the little sister? Jennifer English.
Mayel.
Mayel.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she's like the main character, the redhead.
Yeah, I couldn't remember because I liked the girl who floats around, the hippie girl, more.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that she was more unique to see because she could just glide around. I like that's funny. Uh, Charlie Cox did a good job as Gustav. Ben Starr did a good job as Verso. I thought he was great there too. Erica, I actually heard that she's really good at her part, and from everything I've seen when she's like doing her acting, I thought she did a good job too. So like, I don't necessarily think that she's far off from like if she won this award, I wouldn't be shocked at all. But I still got to go with Troy Baker. I think he did a fucking phenomenal job as Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's I know it's kind of it's the like easy pick, but all these people on here, relatively speaking, are mostly kind of famous or well established voice actors. Charlie Cox is a well established actor in general, so there's that too. And Jennifer, she's been in a lot of other big hit games too. I was looking up on her IMDb. Like she was also in I think Baldur's Gate 3 and Elden Ring. So she's been out there. She's kind of a grinder. She's not necessarily a newbie. The only one I don't know about is Kato. I don't really know about her chops, and I haven't looked into her so much. But needless to say, I think this category, whoever wins, I don't think I would be surprised, and whoever loses, I don't really think that I would be surprised either if they lost. I feel like this is a very solid list this year. The only person I would say I would be surprised is if Jennifer or Kato got the award, to be honest with you. But that's because they're pretty much going up against, the triple A's, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts on this acting group? All right. I'm going to skip innovation and accessibility because I don't think any of us care. Do we all, unless someone has anything to say to this one?
The only thing I have to say is, even though I haven't played Doom Dark Ages yet, I do know that you can customize the bejesus out of the difficulty. Like there's sliders for literally everything.
Yes, this is true.
I don't know about any of the rest of those games, but I do know Dark Ages you can customize how the gameplay is like crazy. So that would probably be what my vote would be for. But I don't really know what else they innovated on accessibility in any of these other games.
Tyler, how about you?
No, I haven't played most of these, and yeah, I mean, I don't dig into those settings too much, so I don't have much of an opinion.
So I will default to the Dark Ages on here because I actually did play around with all those settings, and I did use those sliders to my advantage. So we'll just move on here. Games for an Impact, aka the social game, the I have a message kind of game. Do you guys have anything to say on this category? Because I have nothing to say on this one, really, because most of these games I have not played.
I know of South of Midnight. It didn't appeal to me, and I heard a lot of good things about Despalote, but I haven't even heard of the other three games.
Yeah, I'm right there with Neo. I played a little South of Midnight. I've heard of Bloom and Rage, but I haven't heard the rest.
I've got nothing for this one. I have nothing negative or positive to say, but hey, whatever wins, it wins. I like South of Midnight, but that's really it because that's the only game I played. Best ongoing game. Do any of you guys play any of these ongoing games? Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel's Rivals, No Man's Sky. Any of these sticking with you, Tyler?
I mean, I have kids, so I do play Fortnite. That will never die. I wish it would. Sorry if you guys love Fortnite. But Helldivers 2 would be my personal favorite. Just that's the one I have the most time into. It did hook me when it came out, and I do go back from time to time when they drop the big updates. But I do, but all my friend group plays Marvel Rivals as well, and I know that game constantly is dropping new characters, new content. I mean, my friends are just enamored with that game. Not so much me, but so personally, Helldivers 2. But I'm sure Fortnite will probably end up taking it.
Neo.
I have never played Final Fantasy 14, and I don't think I ever will. I will never play Fortnite, that's for sure.
Good for you.
Helldivers 2, I enjoy that game. I don't think I've even played it this year. Or no, I played it once this year. I do like it, so that would definitely be my vote because I do like the Helldivers game. I just haven't played it that much. I played Marvel Rivals once for a community event, and it was okay, but I had zero interest. I had zero desire to ever go back and play it again. And No Man's Sky, I've put an hour or two in, and I like it. It's on the to-do list of games to get through at some point. So personally, my vote would also go to Helldivers, but given what the developers have actually done over the course of the last, or not over the course of last year, but over 2025, I would say it would be a toss-up between Fortnite and Marvel Rivals. I'd probably give the edge to Marvel Rivals just because it's newer, and Fortnite's been around for freaking ever, and they're just always doing things, so them keeping up is not really much of a surprise. The fact that Marvel Rivals has been doing as good as it has is kind of a surprise. So for industry wise, I would probably give it to Marvel Rivals, but personally, I'd give it to Helldivers.
Yeah, I'd probably give it to Helldivers too, but generally speaking, I just don't really have a care for any of these games. Best man win. If you like these games, let me know. October Mike says this one's tough. It was a tough one. I played Fortnite the longest, but every time it gets nominated, it's always go for another one. I think that was a little typo there. Barely played Helldivers, but I guess my go to Marvel Rival. Mine would go to Marvel Rivals. There you go. Best community support. I don't really care about this one. How about you guys?
Yeah, it's like, what really is the difference between this one and the last one? I'm assuming this would be like more like on the like Discord and forums and community engagement.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's kind of like weird. It feels like they could just put this into one category.
Yeah, and the only thought I do have on this one when I see that list, I know I just said I wish Fortnite would die, but the way that they have updated everything and allowing players to kind of create these game modes, like I said, I have a 12 and 11-year-old, and so they eat that up. And now I believe I'd have to fact check me, but I believe that you can actually monetize on that platform now, which is very interesting concept. But
yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, it's. I don't love Fortnite, but I think that's an interesting direction. Obviously, they're trying to they're not trying to. They have made it a platform, but trying to really entrench themselves there permanently.
Yeah, because they released the ability to like I forget what it's called, but like this thing where you can like create your own maps and like game types and stuff, almost like Halo's Forge, but for Fortnite. I don't know if that was this year or last year though, but if that was this year, then I would probably give community support to Fortnite because that's a pretty, even though I have no interest in playing the game, that's a pretty cool thing to give to the public to add more, longevity to the game. Not that it really needs it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, made a best man win for this category as well. All right. Now this, like I said, this is like one of those weird category right over here too. Best independent game. Absolom.
I thought it was Absalom at first, but apparently it's Absalom.
Absalom. I've never heard about that game.
I don't know anything about it, but I've been hearing the name a bunch lately. Jason's really been enjoying it, but I don't even know what genre the game is.
I'll look it up after this one because I'm curious. Ball Pit, Blueprints, Expedition 33, Hades, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. All right, gentlemen. We've kind of beat the bottom three to death, so any of you got any opinions about the top three? I know, Tyler, you've played Blueprints, but how about the other two?
I've played a little bit of Ball Pit, maybe 3 hours or so. I haven't played Absolom. Ball Pit was fun. I don't think I'll go back to it. The art style didn't do it for me. There's a million games that are similar to it. But Blueprints, like I said earlier, I could have seen it making it all the way up to the, I don't think it would have won Game of the Year, but being a nominee. just for its uniqueness. I think they did something different in the industry, which is really cool. It's been a long time since I've sat on the couch next to somebody and passed a controller back and forth, but me and my wife did that for that game. So that was a cool experience. It doesn't happen too much anymore.
Yeah. Let's watch the trailer for this one because Absalom is one that I have not seen myself. So let's take a gander at this one real quick.
Welcome to Absalom, the original rogue map set in the fantasy world of Talam. In Absalom, you control one of 4 outcast heroes on a mission to overthrow the tyranny of the Sun King Azra, who banned the use of magic after a cataclysm ravaged the world.
Oh, this gives
You can
me
play
a
Absalom as a
vibe.
lone hero or with a friend in local
Like,
and
it
online
looks-
co-op.
It's got art style similar to Hades, but it looks like it plays kind of like Castle Crashers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During your
Not that
perilous
that's a bad
journey,
thing.
you will be able to
Castle
choose
Crashers was
different
fun.
paths and upgrades
Yeah.
for your character. Fight different minions and mini-bosses, and liberate new rituals to make use of their powers in battle. As you explore the world, you will discover new regions, enemies, quests, and challenging bosses who will give you a hard time while trying to put an early end to your mission.
Yeah, we can stop with this one there. It kind of looks like a Scott Pilgrim-esque beat 'em up type of game.
Okay.
It's interesting. I would say that much to that.
That could be fun. I definitely would want to play that one solo, but that'd probably be a fun co-op game.
It looks like a fun party night game.
Yes.
Yeah, a little couch co-op action.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So now we know what that game is, and I am not impressed. It looks good for this category of independent game, but I feel like that genre is so saturated now too. It just looks like another background noise. Ball Pit. I know this game looks amazing from everything I've seen. I know it's on Game Pass, so if you want to try it out as well, but. This kind of a lot of people that I know played it said they're obsessed with it. It reminds them of Vampire Survivor in the good way.
Yeah, I could see that. Even the 3 hours I played, I could feel myself getting pulled in. If the art direction caught me, I think I would get hooked. But it was one of those like little scary. Like I don't want to be pulled in. Like I was like, just shut it off. I don't want to get into this game right now.
Yeah, didn't want it to become like for me like with Balatro, where I'm just like, fuck, I'm too obsessed with this game.
Yeah.
it
Oh
definitely
man, Balatros.
feels like this year's Balatro.
So I feel like one of the bottom 3 is just gonna overshadow the top 3, unfortunately. But I don't think we need to say any more for best independent game. But all those ones look really good for the most part. I think a lot of them are on Game Pass. A lot of them are still fun. Neo, go on. You look like you say something.
Yeah, I hadn't said anything about these yet. Ball Pit, it just recently came out, not that long ago. I'm very intrigued by it. I do have it in the games to potentially play. It looks interesting. It does look fun, so I'll probably play it. Blueprints, I also want to play because it's a puzzle game, and I love puzzle games. I was going to dive it back in May when I was diving all the games I've been backlogging, but like it takes like over 10 hours just to get the first achievement in the game. So I haven't actually, I was like, I've too many games to dive right now. I can't spend that much time on one game. So I've not actually played it, but I am very interested in it. It is also on Game Pass, as is Expedition 33 and Silksong. So 4 out of these 6 are on Game Pass. Yeah, so Ball Pit and Blueprints out of these ones are the ones that I would be, you're like, hey, pick one of these to go play. Probably the one I would pick to go play like right now would be Ball Pit. That one looks like the most fun.
Yeah, fair enough. It definitely looks like a very easy pick up and put down kind of game, you know?
Well, easy to pick up might be hard to put down.
I think it's just like you could stop playing and come back to if you have to do something kind of feel.
Yeah, good and short bursts, but it looks like it's got that addicting thing to it. It's like just one more.
All right. Then we come down to best indie debut. We talked about Blueprint, Expedition 33. Now we got a couple other ones that we didn't fully talk about here. So how do you say this one again, Neo? You always get it right.
Despelote.
Despelote. That's the soccer game, right? That we were talking about.
it's like a first-person soccer game. You're like a kid in Brazil or something. I don't know. That's basically all I know about the game. But I've heard a lot of people who like, not necessarily industry, but like YouTubers that I follow have played it, and they said it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard some good things about it. We looked it up before as well too, so it looks interesting. Very short though. We looked at the
I was
time for that
gonna
one.
say, I think it's a pretty short game.
Dispatch is the new game from the former Telltale devs, and this one's been kind of catching the world by storm recently too. I'm kind of if it came out a little sooner, maybe this one would have been a Game of the Year nominee. But I finally caved and bought this for my PlayStation. This game looks great. Everything I hear and see about it is great. I don't really want to spoil too much of the story. But how about you guys? Are you guys interested in playing this game at all?
I love basically everything from Telltale, so I'm definitely interested in playing it at some point.
How about you there, Tyler?
Yeah, I want to play this one. Just so many games this year, but I'll definitely get around to playing it.
And then Mega Bonk. Have you guys heard about this one?
Ooh,
Heard about it. Haven't played it. It's basically 3D Vampire Survivors, from what I hear.
Yeah, it is when it came out, me and my kids' obsession. And I'm actually currently, I don't do this with many games, but I'm currently trying to get all the achievements. About 75% through it.
Let's take a gander at this trailer because I have not seen this one.
Oh boy.
So here's Mega Bonk. The hell is this game?
Oh my god, dude.
What the hell?
Oh, that's so good.
Vampire Survivors
It's
in
so
3D.
good. It really, I mean, if you play Vampire Survivors, I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's they took it and they dopamine it up. It's Vegas in video game form.
That is pretty cool. I want to kind of check that out. That's pretty.
I still have a crap load to do in Vampire Survivors, so I don't need another Vampire Survivors game to work on. Tyler and I were actually just talking about that in the Game Shelf Discord yesterday.
Oh, nice. Yeah, definitely pretty cool. Fun lineup of games there. Don't need to really waste too much more time about it. All these look pretty cool in some way, shape, or form. I'd laugh at just Expedition 33 just keeps clearing up, and that's just what it is. It'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, given that we've talked about that one a bunch, I think it's got plenty of other categories it deserves to win. One of the other ones should probably win this category. I would put even though like I said, I haven't played it, but I'm very intrigued by what I have seen of it. I would put my vote towards Blueprints based on what I know about each of the other games.
Yeah. Okay, Tyler, you got any closing thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, if I had to pick one here, yeah, I think Mega Bonk would win it for me personally. I think it came out at the right time, scratch that itch. But yeah, I'm sure, like you said, I think Expedition will probably steal it.
Or maybe Dispatch. Who knows? It seems like this also
Maybe.
came on very strong too. So
Very well could.
Could be an upset there because this is, I think, kind of like the new one that's there. Do you guys care about mobile game or VR game?
I mean, the only one of those mobile games I hadn't heard of is Destiny Rising. I didn't even realize it had come out. I thought it was still in development. VR game, Deadpool's VR looks interesting. I don't have VR, but if I had VR, I'd want to give that a shot. The other VR games I'd never even heard of.
How about you, Tyler?
Yeah, no, I don't have any thoughts on any of that.
Let's go with Uma Musume because it's a horse girl game. And the Midnight Walk is the only game I've actually played on here, which was actually a fun game.
Wait, the Midnight
Was
Walk.
that really
I remember-
artsy one?
Yeah, the claymation one.
Oh, that's right. I did hear about this game. I just had forgotten about it.
Yeah, I streamed
Yeah.
it.
That's right. Yeah, that one came out earlier this year, didn't it?
I can't remember. It was a charming game. It was very creepy. I definitely said like it would probably have been better to play in VR many times. But
Is that on the only VR I have is Quest 2, but I did see that Midnight Walk. It looked really, really cool. Do you know if that's on the Quest?
I know it's on Steam and PS5.
Okay, so probably not.
Yeah, so I couldn't tell you too much about that. But overall, it was a pretty scary game. So I felt like it would be much better in VR to play that game. Also, very good sound design. If you personally ask me, like I said, they got very lazy with the sound design and audio, in my personal opinion. But made a best man win. Don't really care. Best action game. So this one is finally like probably the most unique category over here.
This is the category that I am most interested in. I don't really, by far, this is the only category that I really, really care about because I actually care about some of these games.
Yeah, so Battlefield 6, Doom, The Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Tyler, have you played any of these other games on this list?
I've played Doom, Hades, and Ninja Gaiden.
Ooh.
And I haven't beaten Ninja Gaiden. I'm still going through that one. I'm probably 4 or 5 hours in. And I've actually never played a Ninja Gaiden game, so it's my first one.
Same.
You and Carl both.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it's cool. I think it's a really pretty game. It's a lot of fun to play.
Great power
definitely Devil May Cry.
That's exactly what Carl said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so, but with that said, with this list, I would pick Hades 2. Not trying to just go with the popular consensus here, but I do love that game, but also this isn't really my category. So I'm curious to hear Nerdy's thoughts.
So, like I said, I haven't played Doom Dark Ages yet, but that is like my goal is to get that done before the end of the year. Because I'm hoping that this game will be my game of the year, if not very close to it. I haven't played Battlefield 6, and I don't plan to. Hades 2, I haven't played the first one, so I'm not going to be playing Hades 2. Ninja Gaiden 4, I'm also in the middle of playing it. I will be streaming it again probably on Wednesday. And I am liking it. I am a huge Ninja Gaiden fan. Ninja Gaiden Black is in my top 5 games of all time. I love that game. Ninja Gaiden 2 is also phenomenal. We don't talk about Ninja Gaiden 3 because that one was terrible. Don't play it. Ninja Gaiden 4 is very different because Team Ninja did Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3, but for 4, Platinum did most of the heavy lifting, and it definitely feels like it. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just different. I am liking it a lot. There's a couple of things that I haven't played it in a couple weeks, so when I play it again on Wednesday, it'll kind of jog my memory. There's a couple little things that I'm not like gameplay wise, which is the more important thing because Carl just messaged me last night. He's like, "You're gonna have to fill me in on the story of Ninja Gaiden." It's like it's really inconsequential. No one plays Ninja Gaiden for the story. It's all about the gameplay because the gameplay is fantastic.
Well, good news. Platinum also said the same thing when they made the story. It's inconsequential.
Story wise, I finished the first act. I'm like the second level into Act 2. So Carl, I think you are farther than I am. But
I beat the game.
Oh, you beat it already. Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you're farther than me. I think I'm a little bit farther than Tyler would be my guess. But given how far I've played so far, story-wise, I'm like, there's a lot of things I have issues with story-wise. Gameplay-wise, not much. So I'm really been liking it for the most part. Just a couple of little nitpicks. But it's a good game. It's well put together. It's beautiful. It's awesome.
It's a great power fantasy game for sure. What I needed to for a break.
Both, like I said, don't talk about Ninja Gaiden 3, but Ninja Gaiden Black and 2 are also power fantasies. When you're not getting your teeth kicked in. But I love those games. Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I really want to play this game. Like I said, I'm frugal and patient, so I'll wait till I can get it for a good sale. But I very much am looking forward to playing this game. And then another one that I think there's another one. It's like, why does this one only have 5 and some of the other ones have 6? Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I have not played that yet either, but that came out this year, and that could very easily be on this best action list of best action games as well. And I absolutely am very much looking forward to playing through that one as well. If I had to pick between Ragebound and Art of Vengeance, I'd pick Ragebound just because I'm a huge Ninja Gaiden fan. I'm not that big of a Shinobi fan, but both Ragebound and Art of Vengeance, I really, really, really want to play both, and I've heard good things about both of them as well. So, yeah. Right now, my vote would be for Ninja Gaiden 4 because it's the only one I've actually played, but I do plan to play Dark Ages before the end of the year.
Ninja Gaiden 4 is a very interesting game for me because I feel like they forgot that they put some characters in this game and they didn't know what to do with them. It's like, here's this character. I'm like, what is this person doing here? That's it. I also want to say this too. The OST fucking sucks. I really hated the like it felt like really shitty emo, like out of place, kind of like outdated a little bit, like soundtrack wise.
Are we still talking about Ninja Gaiden?
Yes, I am.
Really?
Yes.
Because all the music and stuff in the game, from what I've played, has been freaking awesome.
You'll understand later.
Okay.
Because like the first half was really good, especially with like a lot of the EDM stuff. Like I thought they really did a good job with that. But then like the second half is like you lost me in the second half. Not gonna lie.
Oh, bummer. Because yeah, the music in the everything up to where I've played so far has all been awesome. And the music when you're in the kiosk store, it's like jazzy. It's really good.
Yeah.
So that's a disappointment to hear that the music in the second half is not
for me personally. It was just a thing for me because I like playing as Yakumo. I really liked his combat style a lot in this game. I've been saying that the best comparisons I can say for Ninja Gaiden 4 is that it reminded me a lot more of Devil May Cry 4 in many aspects, but I don't think that is a bad thing per se. But it does feel like Platinum starts off strong, and then they were like, "Oh, we're making a Ninja Gaiden game," and they kind of like try to figure out how to make that into a Ninja Gaiden story more than anything else. But for action game, I want to play Shinobi as well. I know that they just put them up for sale, the physical copies on VGP, the limited run one. So I'm thinking about picking up the Xbox one pretty soon. But generally speaking, I think all these games are relatively good. Hades 2 might win it, but I really did enjoy Doom: The Dark Ages. I think it got a little too much hate from some people for some reason, but that would probably be my go-to one. I love that game. It was actually really fun. But we'll move on now to best action/adventure game. And we got Death Stranding, Yote, Hollow Knight, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Split Fiction. Tyler, go to you again.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember the category here and not just go for what my gut feel of my favorite. I would say for action adventure side, I think Death Stranding is just so interesting. But for this category, I haven't played Ghost Yote, but I have played Tsushima. And just from a gameplay moment to moment, the way that fighting feels, I feel like out of this list, I'd probably have to give it to that one. I have played all these games, but yeah, for action adventure, I think I would give it to Ghost of Yote, even though I haven't played it.
Neo.
Yeah, the only one on this list I have played, and it was phenomenal. Split Fiction easily would be my vote for this one. But I won't be getting through it before the end of the year, but I will be playing Indiana Jones Great Circle, so I could definitely. That's the other one on here that I'm most interested in playing. But I doubt that it would surpass Split Fiction, even if I was to get it done before the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Split Fiction. It was probably the most unique game out of all these games on this list in terms of just unexpectedness and creativity and everything else like that. Indiana Jones, kind of know what we're getting. It's Indiana Jones. Hollow Knight, Yote, and Stranding, they're all sequels to games that we kind of expect, And I feel like Split Fiction is such a drastic departure from It Takes Two and A Way Out that it just kind of stands a cut above the rest, in my opinion. So that's all I got to really say about this category. We've kind of already went through so many of these games so many times, so there's no point in just keep dwelling and repeating ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Next up, Best RPG, Neo's favorite category.
I do like RPGs. I just don't like turn-based combat.
We got Avowed, Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2. Neo, to you.
Yeah, and my favorite game of all time is an RPG. So, so yeah, again, I have not played any of these other than I did play Avowed for a few minutes because I have dived it. It is on my gamer tag, so I will be playing it at some point. I do like the look of it. It's pretty and colorful. I like the vibrancy of the world. So Outer Worlds 2, I'm interested in, but I haven't played the first one yet. That's also on the backlog of to-do list. So based on Avowed is the only one I've actually played, not in its entirety. I've only played it for like an hour, but I'd have to say Avowed based on what I played. But based on what I know about each one of these games, probably Expedition 33. But the one that I'd want to play the most, probably it'd probably be between Avowed and Outer Worlds 2 for which one I'd actually want to play the most out of these ones.
Avowed is a good game. I know a lot of it's very hit or miss with whoever you're talking to. I played a little bit of it. It did feel a little bit like like a Skyrim kind of clone, but it wasn't exactly the same type of Skyrim type of gameplay you would expect. I know our friend Mr. Angry Canadian, he played a lot of it.
I was just gonna say, I know he played it. What did he think about it?
I think he said it was mid.
That's kind of the general consensus I've gotten from it.
And I haven't played too much of Monster Hunter Wilds, but I heard it's very easy. It came out when I went on vacation, so I'm very far behind, and everyone kind of ran past me, and I just haven't sat down and played it. Maybe I'll probably do that when the holidays are coming up, especially with the updates they got coming out. And Outer Worlds 2, I've heard a lot of good things about it from a lot of people who've been playing it recently. They said it's a much better game from the first Outer Worlds, so that's good to hear. Tyler, how about you? You got your opinions on these RPGs?
Yeah, I mean, when I think of an RPG, it's like Clear Obscure is. I understand that is where it sits. They call it's an RPG, but it's like the decisions you make having an impact on the game, at least in my personal opinion. And so Clear Obscure, there is no deviation. You get the story. It's really good, and I love it. But I don't know if I'd give it. I think I would give it to Outer Worlds 2 so far, even though I'm not done with it. I'm about halfway. Because I do feel like when I make a decision, I mean, I know that there's certain quests that I'm not even going to get to play because of decisions I've made. And I think that that's a really cool thing about some of these RPGs. That there's so much replayability there. Obsidian. I mean, we haven't even talked about how they've released 3 big games this year. I mean, that's insane. I did play. What's that?
Both of them are 2 are in this one category.
Yeah, exactly. And
what's the other one?
Grounded 2.
Grounded 2. Okay, that's still in early access though, so that probably.
Yeah. Technically, it is early access. And I did play through Avowed, and I agree with what you guys were saying. It's very mid. I think it's a beautiful game. I think the gameplay feels really good. But I basically picked up my first cool sword, and I never changed it. I didn't have to. You just upgraded it as you went.
Yeah.
The characters were not very interesting to me personally, and so by the time I was at the end of it, I was forcing myself through it, which didn't feel great because Obsidian has such a cool history. But I think Outer Worlds 2 I'd have to get to Outer Worlds 2 for this category.
Fair enough. May the best man win this category because it feels like Kingdom Come Deliverance, like I said, does a lot of great things. I haven't played it. I wish we had somebody that really did, but everyone I've seen talk about this game just talks about like the freedom of choice in this game is amazing. And kind of like you were saying with Outer Worlds 2, Monster Hunter kind of gets right to the point with a lot of stuff. I feel like this one had more issues than the past two. Expedition 33, Say No More, and Avowed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked it's here more than anything else, to be honest with you. I feel like they could have put something else better here because most people I've seen say it's very mid at best. All right, fighting games. Do we have any fighting games fans here?
I don't do fighting games.
May the best man win. I know nothing about these at all.
I heard the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection had some launch issues.
Yeah.
I've not heard of any of the rest of those ones.
Jason, we love you. You tell us what the winner is. Now, best family game. I don't really think this category should exist, especially because Split Fiction I don't think is really a family-friendly game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's like this one's kind of confusing because like, is this like best family game where it's like fun for the whole family, or is this like best family game where it's, you know, you all play at the same time? Split Fiction you can only play with two people, so it's not really like a family game. And yeah, it's not super.
A lot too.
Was there? I don't remember.
I think they kept saying like shit a lot.
Yeah, it's like I basically it's probably rated teen would be my guess. So not exactly the most family friendly game. Mario Kart World would probably be, or one of the Lego games, because those seem like things, you know, meant for fun for the whole family, and you could probably all play at the same time. Donkey Kong Bonanza, that's a single player game, right? There's no multiplayer in that.
I guess it's like family friendly though, like you give to your kids or something like that.
Okay.
You guys have more information on this than me. I can't have really anything to say to this one. You know, what do you guys feel about this category? I guess
I would vote for Donkey Kong because, like I said, out of those ones earlier, that's the one that I want to play the most. Well, because, and I say that because while Split Fiction is great, I agree with Carla. I don't think it's exactly a entirely family friendly game. For the most part, it is, but yeah, there is some language that I wouldn't want, you know, young kids playing it because of that. But possibly these Lego games, but I don't know anything about either of these Lego games, so I can't say anything on those two.
How about you, Mr. Tyler? You got the bigger brood of family.
Yeah, I'd give it to Donkey Kong Bonanza. It was just when it came out, we were all playing it, even though we weren't playing necessarily together. We were all playing it, talking about it. I'd be playing it while someone was Googling how to find the next banana next to me. We did play Mario Kart World as well together, but I think that was more nostalgia for me, my Mario Kart background. My kids could care less, and so we kind of fell off. But Donkey Kong Bonanza kept everyone's attention.
Yeah, and October Mike chiming in saying easy Sonic Cross Worlds for me. SpongeBob will release this Wednesday. Oh, very good. Yeah, that I heard a lot of good things about Sonic Cross Worlds too. So that one, I could see it. A lot of these games are pretty good. Like I said, Split Fiction was like, why is this one here? You know, but I guess there is some more family friendly elements to it, especially with the fantasy writer. I forget her name. The blonde.
Zoe and Mio. I just forget which one is
Zoe.
which.
She's Zoe. Mio's the other one. Mio's more ethnic sounding, so of course it's the ethnic girl.
Okay, so because that's who I played as, right? You played as Zoe and I played as Mio.
Yeah.
So Neo played as Mio.
Yeah, that was the joke.
That'll be easy to remember.
But yeah, that's the family game setting there. All right, we go on to the next category: best sim/strategy game. Basically RTS, cozy, more feeling games like that, or stuff like that. Final Fantasy Tactics, the Jurassic World.
Just skip over the subtitle.
I just got over it. Sid Meier, Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, The Altars, and 2 Point Museum. Tyler.
This isn't really my category. I haven't played any of these. The Altars looks interesting to me. I actually have it downloaded because it's on Game Pass. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I do want to give that one a shot. But yeah, I haven't played any of the games on this list.
Neo.
Final Fantasy. I have zero interest in the entire franchise, so that's a no for me, boss. Jurassic World Evolution. I don't do like the park builder games, but I can see how that would be a lot of fun. It's from what I've seen, it's a pretty looking game. Civ, I've heard that's a very addicting series of games. I've not played any of them, and like I said, turn-based isn't really my thing, so I have never really had any interest in them. But I've also heard that Civ 7 is not that good compared to some of the other Civ games.
Yeah,
Tempest Rising, never even heard of that game. 2 Point Museum, I know of the 2 Point Museum games, or the 2 Point games. Not really up my alley. The Altars, though, as Tyler said, is on Game Pass, and I've been very, very intrigued by this game. Basically, since it first got announced a year or two ago, I've been intrigued. I haven't played it. I do have it. I'm pretty sure I have it installed, but I do have it on my it's kind of like right on that line. Like, I'm very interested in playing this game, but I haven't committed to it enough to actually get an achievement in it to put it on my tag. Because once I get an achievement on a game, I'm going to get as many of the achievements in that game as possible, even if I don't like the game. So I haven't come to that conclusion on where I stand with this game yet, but it's right there on that edge where I very well could play it. I'm very interested in playing it. So it's the only one of these games I actually want to, that I most likely want to play.
I've played the Altars. Very interesting gameplay and very interesting storyline and everything else like that.
Very interesting premise.
Very cool, choice and all that other stuff. Aspect to the game. Personally speaking, I got no other dog in this fight. I bought Final Fantasy Tactics. Played it on the PSP. It's good. Kind of looking forward to sitting down with it more one day. Tempest Rising, I did look it up. It's basically a Command and Conquer spiritual successor.
Okay.
But yeah, this category usually is more for me, but too many kind of cozy pick ones. The Altars is great. Go check it out. Highly recommend people to play it, though. That's actually pretty cool. Unique. What a lot of people complain about in gaming, definitely check this game out and go play it because it's awesome. Gives me as I joke about before, but I never said this to you, Tyler, but I thought this is what Death Stranding should have been. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning
Take it
that.
back.
I will never. No, okay, but it's really cool. Definitely worth a check out. All right, sports and racing. Do we give a damn?
Why is sports
go
and
ahead. Go ahead,
racing
Neil.
One category. Those should be split into two categories because, racing games and sports games are two drastically different things. When someone says, "Hey, what kind of sports games do you like?" No one's gonna think of NASCAR. They're thinking of basketball, soccer, and football. So I don't know why those are grouped together.
People do consider racing a sport.
I mean, it is a sport. It's a motorsport. It's just when you say sports games, people don't think racing. They think team sports, basketball, playing with a ball sort of thing. So I just think that those should be two separate categories.
I do like more redundant categories. That's what I say.
I do like racing games. I haven't played any racing games in a long time. I don't have any interest in sports games for sure. So no interest in FIFA or what's now called. It was FIFA, the EA Sports
Manager.
FC. Because that's actually a separate one. That's the football club. That's the actual sports game.
Yeah,
but there is the spreadsheet manager game where it's just the football manager. F125. That's out of these ones. That's one I'd probably be most interested in playing. The last one I played was F1 2018. Good game. I still have to go back and finish it off, but that was good. Mario Kart World, I don't have a Switch 2, and I don't really have much interest in Mario Kart. Rematch is basically what's that car soccer game?
Rocket League.
Rocket League. This is like Rocket League, but actual soccer rather than your people. It's like 3v3. It could be fun, but I don't really have much interest in it. I do like soccer. I just don't like sports games. And Sonic Racing Crossroads, I'm not really big on kart racers. So for me, F125 is the one that I would be most interested in, but I'm not going to be playing any of these games, that's for sure.
Yeah, and then for me, Rematch. I'd give it a Rematch. That game, it is a ton of fun if you guys haven't played it, and it's free. Well, no, I take that back. I'm sorry. It's on Game Pass.
I was going to say, I didn't know that it was free.
No, it's not free. It should be. I think it's one of those games that would be it should be free to play, but then, of course, you got Battle Pass and all that nonsense. But Rematch is a great time. It's really well done. And if you're a soccer fan, I'm not personally a huge soccer guy myself, but my kids are really into soccer. So it was a really fun game to hop into.
Yeah, I have no opinions on this one. Made a best man win. Next year, it's going to be Forza Horizon 6, so spoiler. I'll just save everyone a time. You don't have to worry about this category next year either. Best multiplayer game. We got Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. Tyler.
I would give this one to Split Fiction. It is just a quick co-op, like you guys have already. We've kind of talked a lot about it. But Peak also was a really good time. It's just one of those that's kind of dumb. I'm sure you guys know what it is, but
I have heard the name. I literally don't know what this
It's a
game
mountain
is.
climbing game.
I know it's a
with
climbing game, but I
track.
don't know like what it looks like or how it plays.
it's another one of those. I mean, kind of like chained together. It's just get to the top of the mountain with your friends.
Okay.
But yeah, you got the proximity chat, so it's got that little bit of humor as you get far away from each other. You know, it's good to play with friends for sure. Me and
It's
my
like
brother
friend
had a
slap.
blast.
That's what they call it now. That's
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And then
I
Arc
was
Raiders.
thinking it was
go ahead.
like in my head I was thinking like chained together type of co-op
Yeah.
gameplay.
Yeah, it's a similar concept there. And then Arc Raiders, I actually haven't played it yet. Every day I'm sitting there on that buy button. I'm believing the hype. I'm probably gonna jump right when the hype dies. But I do want to play it, but I haven't played it yet.
If I had friends that played multiplayer games, I would play more of these games. But I've heard nothing but good things about Arc Raiders and Battlefield 6 and Peak and Split Fiction, and I'm surprised Elden Ring's on here
Mm-hmm.
because I would think that would be continuing games. So
Well, this is Night Rain, so it is its own standalone.
yeah, but Night Rain came out last year, didn't it?
I don't know. It came out this year.
See, that's what I mean. It feels like forever ago. I thought it came out last year.
And Elden Ring, that came out a few years ago.
Yeah. So that's why I thought Night Rain came out next year. So I take back what I said. I completely forgot this game came out this year.
Elden Ring came out in 2022, and this Night Rain came out in May of this year.
Damn. Well, I'm not a big Souls-like fan, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
October Mike says, I do not like multiplayer games that much, like Battlefield 6, though still a fun game. But co-op games like Peak are far more better, in my opinion. My bet is on Peak co-op greater than Battlefield 6.
Yeah, I basically agree with all of that. I'm not big on PvP. I was telling Tyler in Discord the other day, like the last game I played PvP regularly was Halo Reach. So it's been a long time because I don't really care for PvP. I love co-op though. I love co-op. So for these games, Arc Raiders, extraction shooter, I have zero interest in it. I've never played a Battlefield game, but Battlefield 6 does look like fun. I have no interest in Night Rain because I'm not a fan of the Souls-like games. Peak, if I had a group of friends to play with, that seems like it would be a fun one. Split Fiction is almost like because all these other games are like 4 players or more, which is what I would say for like a multiplayer game. You got to have like at least 4 players. So Split Fiction, I wouldn't even. I mean, it is multiplayer but it's only 2 people. So, like the only one here I've played Split Fiction, so that's my automatic vote. But I almost feel like Split Fiction shouldn't be on here because it almost feels like it should be a 4-player or more. And so if you take Split Fiction out of the equation, if I had people to play with, I would definitely pick Peak because that seems like a fun one. If I didn't have anyone to play with and I just had to go in and play against randoms, I'd pick Battlefield 6.
Yeah, Neo's basically saying he considers you have to have more than 2 cows to start a stampede. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
I have nothing else really too much to say. Any other closing thoughts from you guys on this one?
We might have to do a live stream with Neo playing Peak.
I'm down. We can just gotta work out of time. All right. Best adaptation. Do we care about this? It's just video game properties made into movies and TV shows.
Just that I'm a huge fan of Splinter Cell, and so is buddy Nerd Takes. I believe it was in chat earlier, and he just put out a video today because he finished watching Death Watch and put out a review on it, and he says, yeah, it's not very good, which is not surprising at all, which is a disappointment. I wanted it to be good, but I didn't have any hopes for it being good, so that's kind of a disappointment.
Yeah, he let me know when we were doing our Splinter Cell episode that he was not too thrilled about it.
That's right. Yeah. The rest of these, I have zero interest in, and I've not seen them, so I have no idea. So, yeah. Nope.
Tyler.
Nope.
And I don't watch TV that much. I watch YouTube, so I have no opinion.
Yeah.
I would say the Minecraft movie because it destroyed movie theaters.
It did very well. If I had to, that would probably be my vote, just because it did well in the theaters.
It has my vote because of Chicken Jockey and all the people
Mhm.
throwing popcorn everywhere and causing a scene and getting the cops called on them. It should win
It
just for
destroyed
that.
the box office and physically the movie theaters.
That's why it should win, just because of that alone. Everything else on this list did not do anything at all, in my opinion. In fact, I'm shocked this Until Dawn movie's on here because I have not heard a single good thing about it at all. Like,
I haven't either.
like at least some of these other things had their fans, but not Until Dawn.
Yeah, I
That-
liked The Last of Us season 1, but I haven't seen 2 yet. But yeah,
Did you like Last of Us Part 2 of the games?
you know, I did. I have a lot of people don't. I thought it was, like I said earlier, I kind of like when a game just surprises you. When you go into it expecting something and it takes a left turn that is so much more interesting to me than just whatever's in my head. And so
October Mike said Sonic 3 was robbed, and I was like, did that come out this year? I pulled it up. It was late December of last year, so kind of like Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It probably wouldn't have qualified for last year's Game of the Awards, but that would easily be the one that I'd be the most interested in watching.
Yes, Minecraft was very corny, but the memes and the excitement was pretty awesome. I agree. All right. Before we go to most anticipated game, do we even give a shit about any of this stuff at the end here? Content creator, esport, e-athlete, e-team. Tyler, are you big into esports kind of guy?
no, I don't pay attention to any of it.
I have no idea who any of these people are. God bless you for everything else over here. Best esports game. Do we care about that? Because it's literally the same thing every year.
Well, content creator, I've heard of 2 of those people, but I have no idea who they are. Esports game, I don't care about any of those games. Esports athlete, never heard of any of them. Best esports team, never heard of any of them. So yeah.
Which
I
one's
mean,
full of Koreans? I'm going with the Koreans. There you go. Tyler, how about you, sir?
No, I don't follow a lot of the esports stuff. Only game even in this list that I have any attachment to at all is Valorant. I mean, I enjoy playing Valorant with the friends, but yeah.
All right. Well, good luck.
Like you
to
say,
everyone.
let the best man win.
Best man win forever. My money's on the Koreans. And I only know Kai and Moist.
Those are the 2 that I recognize the name, but I don't know who they are. I wouldn't recognize their faces if I saw them. I just have heard the names before.
Moist is actually in Dispatch.
Oh, that's
He's
cool.
he's a voice actor in that game.
Okay.
You probably seen his character. He's the Bat. He's the Bat guy. So, most anticipated game on this list. All right, this will be kind of a nice way to close this out now too, since we got all this garbage out of the way.
That was a good saving this one for last.
Yeah. But their picks are 007 First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and Witcher 4, which I don't know if Witcher 4 is going to be out next year personally.
Yeah, it's just anticipated, so it doesn't necessarily have to be out next year.
And also Grand Theft Auto 6, there's been rumors that this might be pushed back again too, so I think that's pretty funny.
It just got postponed till next November, last week, didn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
And it might be pushed back again.
Yeah.
So that's the funny part about it. All right, so now this one's kind of like wide open again here too.
Sorry, before I move on, October Mike says Moist also goes by Penguin Zero. Oh, I know who that is. I didn't know why Penguin Zero and Moist Critical. They're not 2 different people. No. I know who Penguin Zero is. I don't know why Moist Critical has a separate name. But okay, if those are the same people, then I know who that is. So.
Okay, so let's go with now. What do you guys think is? Let me rephrase this. What is your most anticipated game? Let's start with you, Neo.
Out of these options, because I literally have no idea what's coming out next year because I have.
Well, these are the ones that are coming out next year. You see them
Well,
right here.
these are anticipated. They don't necessarily have release dates yet, but like obviously there's more than these 5 games. So what other games are also anticipated to actually come out next year? I don't know. GTA 6, I couldn't care less about. I have zero interest in the GTA franchise. Resident Evil Requiem, I don't like spooky, and I've never even beaten. I played one Resident Evil, and I never even beat it, so I have zero interest in that. Witcher 4, I have not played any of the other Witchers. I have 2 and 3, so I will be playing those at some point, but I won't play 4 until I played at least 2 and 3. So definitely, I mean, I hope it's good, but I won't be playing it for, Witcher 3's been out for a decade now, and I still haven't played it. So it'll probably be 2 decades before I get to Witcher 4. So for me, it's between 007 First Light and Marvel's Wolverine. But Wolverine, I believe that's going to be a PlayStation exclusive, unless it also comes day and date to Steam, which, PlayStation games typically have a year lead time where they come out on PlayStation, then a year later they'll release on Steam. They've done that with a number of their more recent releases. So assuming that's the case, then my vote would go for 007 because I am very much interested in playing this game. That will be on Xbox on day one. Not that I'm going to be playing it on day one, but that would be my vote. But if let's say, for argument's sake, Wolverine and did come out on Steam and day and date with the PlayStation version, because I don't think Wolverine's going to get an Xbox version because I am an Xbox guy. But let's say, for the sake of argument, first 007 and Wolverine both come out on Xbox and Steam respectively for 007 and Wolverine. I would say Wolverine because the Raven Wolverine game on the 360, that game is freaking awesome, and it looks like it's going to be the closest thing we've gotten to that since whenever that came out, like 2011 or something. I don't remember when it came out, but it came out a long time ago. That was a great game. So what little I've seen about this Wolverine, it looks like fun. But I'm going to assume that it's not coming out on Steam on day one, and it'll only be on PlayStation. So with that, my vote would go to 007.
Okay, Tyler.
All right. Yeah. So for me, I am excited about Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't think whenever that comes out, it doesn't matter to me. I could pick it up and play it whenever. I won't say that's my most anticipated. Resident Evil, just like Nerd Neo, I have no interest in playing. The Witcher, I've tried with 2 and 3, and I've tried to play Witcher 3. I don't know how many times. It's 5 or 6 probably. And even this year, I probably put about 20 hours in it. And I was like, this is my last shot. I'm going to try to get through this. And I can't. I don't understand it. It's too clunky for me. I think the trailer looks awesome for Witcher 4, but I probably won't be playing it. 007 definitely has a nostalgic thing for me. I mean, ever since just GoldenEye, I've played all of them, like the GameCube Nightfire, even the GoldenEye remakes for the Wii. I played all those. And so I'm excited to play it. But Wolverine is definitely my most anticipated. I mean, that Insomniac, for one, every PlayStation 5 game they've released, I've platinumed. And like I said, I am not a trophy chaser or an achievement hunter. So that rarely happens. But their games are just so fun to play. And when you watch that trailer, and I mean, Wolverine's such a cool character. And when they say blood tech, as they show him just ripping people apart, and it looked nasty in the best of ways. And so I'm definitely excited to see to play Wolverine.
All right. Out of all these games on this list too, I'm curious the most about Wolverine because I did not like Marvel Spider-Man 2. I think Insomniac did a great job with the first 2 games, but Spider-Man 2, I feel like missed the mark on a lot of it, and especially from story perspective. So I am very interested in this one, more from a curiosity standpoint, because Wolverine's a really good character, and then we had the Insomniac hack and all the leaks, and how the rough beta build made it look. The trailer definitely did a better job making it look more bloody and gory, and it looks cool, which I'm happy about. But kind of like you as well, Witcher 4 don't care about, because I didn't care about any of the Witcher games. I think they're all not that great. I know a lot of people love them, but I just can never get into them. Requiem, I'm more interested in this one, not because I will buy it and play it, but it's also I want to see how it runs on the Switch 2 the most. Because I think that's very interesting, to say the least, from that angle, that they're actually making it a day one like Switch game. So that's pretty cool. Beyond that, like I said, don't care about Grand Theft Auto 4 or First Light or anything else like that. There's a lot. The most anticipated game I would have for me personally is Onimusha, the fourth one.
So.
That currently is the one I'm most interested in, and that's just the one off the top of my head. There's probably a shit ton more games out there that we're not even talking about, like, Forza Horizon, new Halo, Fire Emblem is another one, the new Fire Emblem game that comes out next year as well for me. Generally speaking, though, out of this one, like I said, I'll just go with Wolverine, just more so out of curiosity speaking. And yeah.
I just went through and looked through a list of games that are scheduled to come out next year and kind of created my own little list of what my most anticipated games are. But a couple that I know that I'm pretty sure you're also excited for is at this point in time, the next Fable is coming. I know you're a fan of Fable. Are you looking forward to that one, Carl?
I am looking forward to Fable, but at the same time, they might be delayed again, it's saying, so I don't know yet personally. I got to see more. There's like a lot more that are coming out that are gonna be interesting, and like I said, just curious about it.
Okay. So my list of most anticipated games, number one by far and away, comes out in a little over 2 weeks. That's Metroid Prime 4. Since Metroid is my second favorite franchise of all time. But a little farther out next year, Gears E-Day. I'll be interested in that one. Mouse PI looks like a lot of fun.
We did a whole breakdown on that. Did you watch that?
Yes.
That game looks amazing.
Yeah, so Mouse PI looks great. The another one that I'm pretty sure you're super excited for, and probably more so than me, because I still haven't played this number 2 yet, and that's the Plague Tale Resonance.
I gotta see how they're doing that one, because that's a spinoff.
But I love the first one. I have this. The second one is on my to-do list. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Second one's amazing.
I know
it is way better than the first one in every way.
Yeah, I know you've talked it up, so I'm very much looking forward to playing that one. So I'm very looking forward to Plague Tale Resonance, even though, I said it's a spinoff. The next Bloodstained Scarlet Engagement, I'm looking forward to that one. And then Pragmata. It looks really interesting. I'm very intrigued by Pragmata.
Yeah,
so those are my list of most anticipated games.
Like, I think I said this before, but like Capcom is going to have this year was great. I think next year is going to be just as good, if not better. That's the crazy part about it. It's wild. There's so many good games, so little time to do it.
Yeah.
But that'll close out our conversation. I think that's a good way to end it. Looking forward to it. The Game Awards are coming pretty quickly, December 4th. It will be here. I think it's December 4th.
That's when Metroid Prime 4 comes out.
Let me double check here. I don't want to give the wrong thing.
December 11th.
December 11th. All right. So that will be upon us pretty quick. We will be doing a live stream, watching that, covering it, reacting as well for that. But that is very far away. So
that is a Thursday.
Perfect. All right. Tyler, your closing thoughts about everything we just went through.
Yeah, go Expedition 33. Been great talking to you guys. Appreciate you having me on, Carl. I do want to throw in one quick thing. Pragmata does look awesome, Neo. I know nothing about the game.
Yeah, me neither.
I've just seen the trailers and the screen. It looks really cool. And then Gears of War E-Day, I'm also very excited about. But at Game Shelf, we are doing a Game of the Year. So anyone listening, even if you just create an account quickly to go vote, we're having our own game of the year, and we're really excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah, let me grab a link for the website here for everyone to go. And
Yeah, I'll plug his as well. Go check out Game Shelf. It's freaking awesome. It's like legitimately the best online site to like catalog your games library. I've basically been breaking the website and telling him like, "Hey, this doesn't work and this doesn't work." And like an hour later, he's like, "All right, it's fixed now." So I've been almost like a beta tester. It's awesome. Go check out Game Shelf. It's great. The layout's fantastic. And if you got suggestions, I've had a lot of like, "Hey, you know what'd be cool is like this." He's like, "Oh, that is a good idea," and he goes and implements it. So Game Shelf is phenomenal. So definitely, if you want a awesome, great place to catalog your games library, go check out Game Shelf. It's fantastic.
Oh, thanks, man.
yeah, so I sent that link there in the description. Go click on it, make an account, support a small creator who's trying to do something fun and awesome, positive in gaming. Thank you for stopping by, man. I know this was last minute, and I'm happy you're able to join.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it sounds like you kind of have to see yourself out. Do you need to go, or are you good to wake it through the ending?
No, yeah, I probably gotta go. My wife's giving me the. I don't know if you guys heard the water in the background. It's the signs, you know.
All right, go
No,
take care, buddy. But thank you for stopping by. We'll have you back on later. And if you're free later on Saturday, stop by and talk about some for a little bit for the 360.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much.
Later, Tyler.
Have a good week.
See you guys.
Peace. All right, and there, Neo. What are your closing thoughts about all this stuff?
So, yeah, like I said, for once, I've actually played a few games that actually came out this year, and most of them didn't even get a mention, other than Split Fiction and Ninja Gaiden 4. So, out of all the games that I've played so far, it would be between Split Fiction and Ninja Gaiden 4. I haven't beaten Ninja Gaiden 4 yet, but I am liking it a lot. So, just by default, I'd have to go with Split Fiction. But a couple other games that I did that came out this year, and I played them this year, is Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I really enjoyed that, and it was great. I mean, it is basically a prettier version of a game from 2008, I think is when Ninja Gaiden 2 came out. That game is great, but now it looks even better. I was surprised by how easy it was. I played it on the normal difficulty, and it felt like that should have been the easy difficulty. But it was great, and I really enjoyed it. So Ninja Gaiden 2 Black could definitely be up there as well, because that was a great game. The game I've spent the most time October Mike. See, you guys had fun watching this discussion live.
Yeah, it's good seeing you around, Mike. Stop by more often. We do a lot of these all the time. It's good seeing you.
Yeah, always good to see you, Mike. But the game that came out this year that I've spent the most time playing is the Tony Hawk 3+4 remake. And I've been having a lot of fun with that. And that's because you have to beat, there are a total of, across Tony Hawk 3 and 4, there's a total of 19 levels. And you have to beat every single level by completing all 15 goals with all 30 skaters. So it takes a while. So I play that here and there 10 minutes a day or so, and work, to basically just going through like one level at a time per day. So it's going to take a lot of time to get through it, but I don't mind because I really like that game. So I've been enjoying that one. This game technically came out last year, but it came out this year on Xbox, and that's Black Myth Wukong. I like it, not as much as I was expecting to like it, because I was super excited for this game. It's actually the first game I pre-ordered in like a decade. And I haven't even finished the levels are pretty long. So I haven't actually finished the first level, but I've probably played it for a couple of hours. And I like it, but it's not as great as I was hoping it was going to be. But I plan to 100% that at some point. So that's not up there for Game of the Year for me. Definitely is not higher than Ninja Gaiden, that's for sure. The Space Marine 1 remaster came out this year, and it was good. I haven't actually played the original version, so I can't compare it with the original one. I do have it on Steam. I just haven't played it. But I did also play Space Marine 2 this year, but that came out last year, so unfortunately that would not qualify. But Space Marine 2 was way better than Space Marine 1 by a long shot. But yeah, Doom Dark Ages haven't played it yet, but I do plan to play it before the end of the year so that I can vote on it, because I expect that it could rival Split Fiction for my game of the year. A couple other games that came out this year that I didn't see mentioned on there at all is the Oblivion remaster. It's very pretty. Obviously, it's a remake of a game that's almost 20 years old, because that came out in 2007. So I don't even like remakes or remasters being up there in contention for game of the year. So I'm glad it wasn't at least on the game of the year category, but I didn't see it listed anywhere, because that is a phenomenal game. I haven't actually played much of the remaster yet, but I will be playing through it and 100%ing it, just like I did Oblivion when it first came out in 2007, because that is a great game. Yeah, Indie and the Great Circle, heard great things about it. I'm looking forward to playing it. Just haven't played it, and I won't be getting to it before the end of the year. That's for sure. And then one other one that I want to shout out that I didn't see it get mentioned anywhere on that list, and it's not surprising because it's kind of a niche game, but it is a sequel to one of my favorite Metroidvanias. When we did top 5 Metroidvanias, the first game in the series is in my top 5 Metroidvanias, and the sequel came out this year. I've not yet played it, but I am very much looking forward to playing it, and that is Revenge of the Savage Planet. I love Journey to the Savage Planet. I will, I've Sherpa'd many people through it because there are some achievements for beating it in co-op. So I've Sherpa'd many people through it, and like Portal 2's co-op, I'm happy to play that game whenever, because I freaking love that game so much. So Revenge of the Savage Planet also has co-op. I have not played it, but I'm very much looking forward to playing it. So that is another game that came out this year that looks great. It looks like a lot of fun. I almost started playing it multiple times this year, but just got distracted by other stuff. So I know I'm going to love that game as well. Will I like it more than Journey to the Savage Planet, the first one? I don't know. We shall see, but I know I'm going to have a lot of fun with it.
Okay. As for myself, I've got nothing really else to add. I'm kind of getting tired and getting ready just to relax and start to head to bed soon. But I think I've talked about this enough. We will be back to address more of our thoughts for the actual Game Awards on December 11th for our live stream reacting. Neo, if you want to hop on for that one, by all means.
I don't see why not.
So we can have other people on to react and do all that stuff. Neo, why don't you tell them what you got going on for the rest of the week and what else we're doing?
Yeah, so Monday, it just had Metroidvania Monday earlier, playing through Prince of Persia Lost Crown, just finished the story. So next week I will start the DLC. It's a great game. I recommend you play it. Like I said earlier, fantastic game. So tomorrow night will be the next episode of Party Chat. They got postponed from last week because I ran into some car troubles and wasn't able to get home in time. So we postponed last week's Party Chat to tomorrow. So Carl will be there.
Yes.
And hopefully Ryan will be able to join us. He wouldn't have been able to make it last week anyway. So I'm hoping that it works out for him, that he'll be able to join us tomorrow night for Party Chat. And then our guest is Lowest Expectations. We'll have some fun chatting. And then Wednesday night, Dude and I will be doing our next episode of Achievement Chasers, covering our achievement hunting over the course of October. That's what I got going on for the rest of this week.
Alrighty then. As for myself, we will be back on Wednesday with another episode of Legacy Loading. And Lowest Expectation will be joining me on that one too. So that's just how it worked out as well.
Is that the Yuji Naka episode?
Yes, and we'll be covering the creator Yuji Naka, Phantasy Star, Sonic. He is the creator of those. Big name in the industry. Balan Wonderland, and also Felon. There you go.
Balan Wonderland. I've not heard anything good about that game.
Well, that's why he's in jail. It was so bad they put him in jail.
Is he really in jail?
I believe he's in jail for tax fraud. Or he had something happen to him. I don't know the whole story off the top of my head, and I could very well be mixing him up, but I do believe that he was in trouble.
Okay,
well, I'll double check on Wednesday when it comes down to it. I will not do it now. We'll find out on Wednesday. There you go. That's what we call a little baiting. There you go.
Yes.
Gotta go in there. That's a suspense. There you go. And then we will be back on Friday with our weekly video game updates. Looking forward to that as well. Some game news to cover there. I don't know what I will have yet lined up. I usually don't get that fully done until about either Thursday or Friday when I finally finalize my topics. I got some articles actually lined up, especially ones about developer pay, which is, I thought, pretty interesting. But that's the Friday episode. I don't know if I'll have a guest on. Maybe it'll just be me. Who knows? But I'll talk about that later. But the real big show this week is, of course, Saturday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. We're going to kick off the watch party of the Xbox 360 launch event on G4 to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Xbox 360. I know we are going to have a rotating cast of people, but not everyone's finalized yet for who's going to be on or who's going to be available. But if you can, just check us out on Saturday. Join us if you wish to join and participate and even come in and just share your memories and watch the very funny trip down memory lane of G4's, Xbox 360 launch night. And you can watch game reviews of the launch games that they had out, see some faces that you probably forgot existed. And, maybe you'll be like, oh, I forgot he worked for G4. There's a lot of people that I was looking through and I saw, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. So it's going to be fun, very fun trip down memory lane, kind of like last time when we were doing the Zelda and we saw, Fred Durst dressing as Cliffy B.
The other way around, but yeah.
I know, that was the joke.
Okay. Right over my head. That was great, though.
Yeah, but that was very fun. He still hasn't responded for my autograph, and I'm very upset. I'm going to have to ask him again in another week. But that will do it for us, everyone. Neo's channel is linked in here, so go subscribe to him. Game Shelf is in the chat as well. Go and make an account there and help a small person grow. Everyone else out there, have yourself a great week. We will see you tomorrow night for a party chat, and we'll see you the rest of the week as it goes on. Until then, stay safe, stay sexy, and peace out.